One day, my best friend Sophie told me she was going to make Jack her boyfriend. Jack wasn't just any guy. He was our friend. Sophie had always been touchy. She hugged every guy, held their hands, leaned into them, including Jack. So when she talked about liking him, I never took it seriously. I just thought, that's how Sophie is. But that day was different. When she said she was going to make Jack her boyfriend, she didn't laugh. She looked serious. And for the first time, I couldn't brush it off. I asked our other friends. That's when I realized something terrifying. Everyone already knew Sophie had a crush on Jack. Everyone except me. I felt disappointed in myself. I was her best friend, yet I hadn't noticed that she was being sincere. I wanted to help her. I really did. But there was one problem. I had liked Jack too. For 2 whole years. He was my first crush after my 6-year-long first love ended miserably. And letting go of him wasn't as easy as I pretended it was. Still, I loved Sophie more than my feelings. More than my pride. More than my crush. So I made a decision. Even if I confessed first. Even if Jack chose me. From everyone else's perspective, I would be the villain. The girl who dated her best friend's crush. The one who ruined the whole friend group. I couldn't live with that. So I stayed quiet. I never told anyone how I felt. And I buried my feelings for Jack so deeply that no one ever noticed. After that day, I met up with Jack. We talked like we always did. About classes, random things, nothing serious. And somewhere in the middle of that normal conversation, I casually slipped in a question. I asked him if he had a crush. Jack was the dense type. The kind of guy who wouldn't even notice that the conversation had shifted into romance. He told me before that he'd never really had a crush before. That he kind of saw every girl the same. At least, that's what I thought. He said he didn't have a crush right now. So I asked if he was interested in dating, since we were already juniors in college. He said he would date. If he liked the girl, so I asked one last question. I asked if there was someone he liked, romantically. His answer was nothing I was prepared for. He said, "You." My heart dropped. I panicked on the inside, but laughed it off, telling him to stop joking. Then I did the one thing I thought would make everything easier. I talked about Sophie. I told him how lovely she was. Charismatic, outgoing, easy to love. And I asked him, if Sophie asked you out, would you date her? He said, yes. He said he liked her romantically too. Looking back now, that should have been my wake-up call. What kind of person likes 2 girls at the same time? Neither Sophie nor I deserved that. But back then, I was blinded. I didn't think about what it meant. I didn't think about how unfair it was. The only thought in my head was, at least, does he like me more than her?